most.
All right, and we're live. So we got Mica Galvao versus Alan Sanchez. I'm gonna let a couple people know that I'm live. Mica Galvao is super duper. He's as real as it gets. He just won the Worlds in the gi, and he's doing the no gi thing as well. Let's see, he's 18 still. Jesus. Versus 26-year-old Alan Sanchez, 5'9" for Mica Galvao, 6'1" for Alan Sanchez, and they're both weighing around 180. Interesting. All right. Let's see how it goes. They both shake hands, and it's going to be a 15-minute match. I believe it's on Flow Grappling, but I believe it's Who's Number One. Nice little guillotine attempt from Alan Sanchez into the foot sweep for Mica Galvao. Alan Sanchez going immediately into the lockdown system. Let's see how Mica Galvao deals with that. Should be interesting. Mica Galvao doesn't seem to really be addressing the lockdown. He seems to be trying to fix things with his upper body control, which is not the best way about going to fix the lockdown usually. You need to go back and address what's happening with the legs to appropriately escape the lockdown. But it looks like Mica Galvao is freeing his knee line, which will be major in helping him get out of this position. And he seems to just be disobeying the standard rules of jiu-jitsu. But Alan Sanchez still in this quarter guard here. He will... it should be interesting to see what he could do here with this quarter guard because, Mica Galvao is as good as it gets, and he's almost passed, but Eddie Bravo's guys do so well with this quarter guard. Eddie Bravo was famous for even being able to pull quarter guard in his matches and use it to his advantage. There he goes. He gets the lockdown back. And Mica Galvao really using great passing there with his other foot to address the legs properly and escape from that lockdown. Good stuff. Good stuff. Into the mount here. Mica Galvao is so dominant. I predicted that this would be the only submission of the night, and so far it is shaping up to look like Mica Galvao is just starting to run through Alan Sanchez, but it's still a little bit too early to tell. Alan Sanchez working that quarter guard game back to the lockdown. Kind of an interesting exchange here. And Mica Galvao passes to the other side. Let's see if the Alan Sanchez guys is ambidextrous with his lockdown attempts. A lot of times you're really good at that position on one side only. It's tough here to be in the bottom of the mount against world champion Mica Galvao. So crazy that he's so young and so skilled at jiu-jitsu. But, it is what it is. He's been training since he was in the diapers. Great work here from Alan Sanchez to try to get that quarter guard game going back again. Foot fighting well in the bottom of the mount. You could tell it's something that Mica has adapted to and is actively fighting against earlier. And now that could be difficult where Mica Galvao has his feet completely underneath the body of Alan Sanchez. That makes it really difficult for um, you to foot fight properly, which is the primary defense mechanism of most 10th planet guys to get that quarter guard back and get to that lockdown type position. Which is cool, you could really see Mica Galvao kind of adapt mid match to the problems that his opponent is causing him. But you can see those feet are deep underneath the body there. But he's still a little ways away from a submission. He's looking to get the Katagatsami, the head and arm choke. Now he's got something in there. Oh, and he's using the hand on top of the forehead. This looks deep now. This looks deep. He might try to finish this from the mount here. There's always a debate on how to clasp your hands together to finish this position. And we saw this earlier with J-Rod versus Jacob Couch, where, it seems like Alan Sanchez got his arm on the other side of Mica Galvao's head, which buys him some time. For the head and arm choke to be effective, you need that head and arm really close together on the same side of the guy's head. Sometimes you need to wear the guy out and kind of do a slow burn routine to get that head and arm choke going. But as you can see, look at the footwork of Mica Galvao, really not allowing that quarter guard to be a factor in this fight. Takes the back now. Let's see for some rear naked strangles. He looks like he is going to be hand fighting from the back here, but not getting rid of the arms just yet. One thing I would have liked to have seen from Mica Galvao's apparent other students. Up there he goes, trapping the arm. Now this is major trouble for Alan Sanchez. Here he goes, getting underneath the neck. And this looks like this might be it here for Alan Sanchez. This is a very deep attempt, and once you have the arm trapped, just your ability to defend this position is very, very slim, especially when you are able to cross the arms like that. Here, this should be the end of the match right here. He's using his head to push the rear naked choke on, and yeah, this is going to be over in a couple seconds. 3, 2, 1, and it's over, just like I said. Once you really have that arm trapped above the elbow, it's so hard to defend. And Mica really had some expert finishing there in being able to get underneath the chin. But not only that, to use his own head to push Alan Sanchez's head onto his chin. So you get this counter pressure of not only trying to get your hand underneath the chin, but to physically push the head onto the chin at the same time, which allows you to get that proper rear naked strangle finish. I would like to see Mica Galvao's other students do this as well. Because while they were good positionally, they just did not have that finishing ability on that rear naked strangle there at the end. So that does that. As I predicted, the first submission of the night was Mica Galvao. Let's see if there's a submission in the next match. And there's going to have to be one in the submission only with Gordon and Penna.